and talk shit about the elder apostles and different brothers, you go on their page, there's not one video of it.
Old pages with videos 4 years ago.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah.
You just might just see a fucking playlist, you know, with some Lil Wayne or some shit, man. You know? They ain't got no works to show for it, but they on the comment board talking shit.
And they subscribe to all these other camps, and they're just hopping from belief and thought, you know?
And them niggas ain't even preaching. They just coming against whatever our apostles say.
Yeah. Playing that opposition, which, you know, they're fulfilling their role, you know? They're part of that generation that the Lord is preserving. Okay? So when the Lord pulls out his wrath, you niggas gonna get caught up in it, man. You know?
Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye learn love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Through how? The Lord's going to pour his spirit upon all flesh. And that your sons and daughters may prophesy. They shall have dreams and visions.
Old men dream.
You know? You got different brothers and even sisters that have these dreams of the so-called apocalypse. You know, they have dreams, you know, terrible visions of seeing people get mowed down in the streets with tanks. You know, buildings being on fire, people running. All right, zombies walking all through the streets, plagues wiping people out, entire cities. You know, that's the Lord giving you warning, man. He's giving you the preview before he actually brings it to pass, man. You know? So that's how the Lord is trying to, you know, lend you his hand, so to speak.
So literally.
Go ahead.
So because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Hey, how is the Lord calling? He's calling through us. And the men that are the Lord set up across the four corners of the earth. We're calling out. That's what we set up here in the camp. That's a church. Which means what? To call out. And we see our people walk by every week. You know? And are they regarded? No. You know? They walk right past and act like we ain't even up here. They don't even, you don't think this is strange?
They don't even want to ask, what is this about?
Or they know what this is about, but like Yahweh Shai said, they will not come into the light lest their deeds should be revealed. They know that once they stop, they got to get put on the spot. You know. Now you got a responsibility, but they don't want to come into it, man. They want to stay in darkness because that's more comfortable for them. You know.
It says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. Yep. And I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind.
Hey, you know the Most High is cracking up at Moab right now.
Yeah.
He's jacking Moab up right now. Yeah. You know, they over there devastated, man. They're in total misery.
They're getting hit hard.
Their economy is taking a hit right now. And I wouldn't want to be a gook right now. You're looked at as niggas now, right now. You're being treated as such. Nobody wants to go into your stores, your restaurants. Ain't nobody finna buy that stir-fry shit.
Coughed on it.
Yeah, man. You know, people are more aware and alert. You know, when they encounter you.
Yeah.
You know.
Just like they look at Jake when Jake come in the store.
Yeah.
Moab would always have their eye on Jake. What's that shit? Minister Society, get hurry up and buy and shit.
Yeah.
Now you the ones.
So and the Most High, he's amused at that. You know the Most High don't care about their ass. That's the Lord that's plaguing them, according to prophecy. But hey, watch when it comes here to America and all these niggas here, these proud ass Negroes and Hispanics here in America. Watch when adversity hits them. The Lord gonna laugh at them too. Because they had a chance to actually come back and repent, man. You know? Hey, repentance was open up to you, but you despised it. You loathed it, man. So the same must know it after death by pain. Go ahead,
It says, then shall they call upon me. Wait, let me read up. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, and they shall not find me. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, Yahweh.
Yeah. So the Lord's gonna, his attitude is, well, you know, I tried to, you know, extend my hand to you. I have my men out there telling you, they was trying to show you right, but you know, you didn't take it serious. You belittled it. You didn't care. You know, you laughed at them. You mistreated them. You thought you were better than them. You thought you were smarter than them. Now, knowing those men had to wait, they was trying to show you. So now you on your own now. You know, when you getting thrown in head first into a concentration camp, or your daughter or your son, all right, he's hit with a plague, a virus, you know, that you can't cure. All right, you watching them die in your arms. You know,
You gotta leave them.
You gotta abandon them, or you gotta let them take them.
Yeah, before the whole family get infected.
You're gonna be crying to the Lord. You're gonna be trying to send up prayers. The Lord ain't gonna hear you, man. No, call to Jesus Christ.
I was about to say it.
Call unto Guadalupe. You know, call unto Allah. You black unconscious niggas. Hey, what happened to your God, the black woman? Why is she plagued? Why is your God plagued right now?
Right.
She should be able to cure herself. You know?
It says, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. Yeah. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil.
Yeah, your prosperity is going to destroy you, because just like it says in Luke, the Lord said, you know, as in the time of Noah, they were eating and drinking and giving into marriage. They were basically living in prosperity. They were in mirth, peace. You know, you got a lot of our people. They make a certain a living, and it's basically above poverty. Our people are very fucking proud, man. They're very proud and very comfortable, just because they're able to live above the poverty line.
And they look down at Jake.
And they look down at Jake that's struggling. So that's gonna that prosperity is gonna destroy you. You know? That prosperity is gonna get you destroyed, man. And it also tells you that riches profit not in the day of wrath. Your money is not gonna secure you from this devastation, man.
I got you. That's This is Jeremiah chapter 7 and verse 25. God, I'll start at verse 24. Verse 24. But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walk in the counsels and in the imagination.
Yeah, their own devices. You know, they went after their own plots and plans. You know, they didn't want to seek after the old path. You even had the attitude of when our people, when they realized, when they were sacrificing unto the Queen of Heaven and Tammuz, they were saying that, hey, basically since we've been doing this, we've been all right. We've been eating and drinking and, you know, having festivals and banquets. You know, we've been eating good. You know, we are alliance with the other nations. But then what happened? The Lord raised up Nebuchadnezzar and his army and jacked their ass up, and they got carted off into captivity, man.
After they saw what just happened to the northern kingdom.
Yeah. See, that's what you get for following after your own imagination, man. Not seeking counsel from the Heavenly Father. You know, you want to worship, you know, lifeless deities, man. It's not even a deity, it's just a thing made with man's hands, man. It's just material. And you worship that.
But they hearken not, nor incline their ear, but walk in the counsels and in the imagination of counsels of Salakia, and in the imagination of their evil heart, and went backward and not forward. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily, rising up early and sounding them. Yet they hearken not unto me, nor incline their ear, but hardened their neck. They did worse than their fathers.
Y'all did worse than the niggas that I had to kill in the wilderness. Still got that stubborn, stiff-necked, rebellious attitude, man. It's like y'all niggas love going into captivity, man.
Niggas love going to jail.
Yeah. I'ma just keep fucking up so I can go right back to the
Take me
pit.
to jail.
Yeah.
Throw away the key.
Throw away the key. Shit.
You
like captivity.
Yeah.
Jake feel important in jail.
Yeah, for real.
They do.
For real.
Hey, but that's Israel. Spiritually, that's how Israel is, man. Instead of worshiping the Most High and doing what they're supposed to do so they can live a prosperous life without having to deal with oppression, you know, their enemies taking them down, them not having shit. You can live freely in prosperity serving your Creator, man. But no, I want to worship this idol over here, you know what I'm saying, and be cool with these nations and commit adultery and do all this wickedness, you know, knowing damn well the Lord's gonna fuck you up every time. You know, that's why Jeremiah cussed you out and said, hey, is Israel, is he a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled, man?
Well, he always fucked up. Why always got a bad situation going on?
Yeah.
Because we seek after the evil. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked is seductive. Y'all got it.
Yeah, I got 2 more verses. Verse 27. Therefore thou shalt speak all these words unto them, but they will not hearken to thee. But thou shalt also go unto them, but they will not answer thee. But thou shalt say unto them, this is a nation that obeyeth not the voice of the Lord their power, nor receiveth correction. Truth is perished and is cut off from their mouth.
That's why the Lord has that controversy with you, man. Because there's no knowledge of the Heavenly Father amongst you. You know? Truth perishes amongst our people, man. Because all they want to hear is lies. Anything that tickles their spirit, that sounds good to them, that's the only thing they're gonna go with. You know? They would rather hear motivational speeches from Dr. Umar Johnson than the truth. They would rather hear bro polite and shit. The nigga that been scamming you for millions, taking your money, lying to you.
Willie D podcast and shit.
Yeah, you wanna listen to Willie D and shit.
The nigga perspective on life.
Yeah.
The old nigga perspective.
How to get rich quick scams. You know? Jake will click on that real quick.
You know, T.I. is your spokesman now.
Yeah.
You know, what do you call himself? Rubber Band Man?
Yeah.
Rubber Band Man, now that's your leader now. You know? That's a damn shame, man. That nigga is damn sure not gonna lead you in the right path, man. You know? But hey, showing you this is what the Most High had to deal with for all these centuries, man. You know? And it's like the Lord has been long suffering with us all this time. You know? And it tells us in Ezekiel, he don't want to have to kill you off like that. Matter of fact, get that. Go to somebody, give me Ezekiel 18. You said you had something, right?
Baruch,
Give me
4:6.
Ezekiel 18 real quick. And read like the last 2 verses. And this is the reason why the Lord, sends his men. I don't want to have to kill you. But if you don't listen to me through the men that I sent to warn you, I will kill you. The Most High is very merciful. He's very long suffering, man. That's why we've been out here. All these our elder apostles, they've been out here for decades. All these years, and Jake's still out here just acting a fool.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath. You were delivered unto your enemies.
That's why. You wonder why you over here in America hurting? Tired of being pulled over, tired of paying taxes. Tired of your boss, getting over on you, not paying you when he's supposed to.
Tired of having a boss.
You're just tired as hell, man. Well, hey, that's
Just literally is sick and tired.
yeah. Well, hey, you tired? Hey, the Most High tired too. Get that in Ezekiel 18.
Ezekiel chapter 18 and verse 30. Therefore I will judge you, O house of Israel, everyone according to his ways, saith the Lord power.
Go ahead.
Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin.
So that iniquity be not your ruin. Because if you don't, hey, you're going to die in your sins, man. Which ultimately, the Lord already has it. Only the remnant is going to return. They're the ones that's going to come to full repentance. And they're going to be spared in the day of judgment. The rest of our people, they're going to carry on with their madness, man. They're going to continue to paint their sons' nails and take them to get the surgery done.
Paint they nails.
Dress them up with female clothing. Sade, her daughter turned into a dude. She got a beard. Her beard thicker than my shit. Come on, man. It's man. The Lord got to take Jake out their misery, man. Go ahead.
Verse 31. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. For why will ye die, O house of Israel?
Man, why you want to die, man? The Lord made that covenant with us in the beginning. Going back to Deuteronomy 30, choose ye this day. Matter of fact, get that. Hey, even though the scriptures speaks against free will, but really you do have a choice. You do have the choice to make a conscious decision on whether you're going to do good or you're going to do evil. Deuteronomy 30. I think it's like around 19. Deuteronomy 30 and 19.
Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
I've set before you life and death.
Blessing and cursing.
Uh-huh.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Read that part again.
Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Hey, so he's telling you, hey, choose life. I'd rather that you live. If you can keep these commandments, you'll be able to live. You live a prosperous life. You'll live in peace, man. You'll have the respect of the nations. Your land will be able to flourish. You know, the land flowing with milk and honey. So you'll have all the resources available for you to live plenteous. You know, you'll have cattle, you'll have servants. As long as you just stick with the instructions that I gave you. But Israel got the Most High figured out all of a sudden. And now they're more wiser than their own creator. You know? They find the laws of the Most High grievous now. You can't put the pork down? You can't put the cigarette out? You gotta have your shrimp, huh? You gotta have what your neighbor got, huh? That's why you ain't prospering. That's why you're dying. It tells us, was that Jeremiah 8? And death shall be chosen rather than life. Hey, our people choose death just by their lifestyle. You niggas like Lil Boozy. Here it is, nigga. You got diabetes. You just had
Cancer.
Was that kidney? I think you had a kidney cancer or something,
Yeah, something
like that.
yeah.
And here it is, you flicking off the Most High because you can't eat pork.
What else are we supposed to eat? Man, all types of food today to eat still.
The Lord gave us a dietary menu on what we can eat and what we can't.
I got to do something.
Come.
Ezekiel chapter 44, verse 23. And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and profane, and cause them to discern, to choose, between the unclean and the clean.
Yep.
And in controversy, they shall stand in judgment, and they shall judge it according to my judgments. And they shall keep my laws and my statutes and all my assemblies, and they shall hallow my Sabbath.
Yep.
And they shall come at no dead person to defile themselves, but for father or for mother, or for son or for daughter, or for brother or for sister that hath no husband, that they may defile themselves.
Time. So the Lord, he wants us back in order, man. But as of now, you know, the majority of our people, they're not gonna come under that order, man. That's why the Lord is only setting up a remnant, an elect, which is gonna be the governing body that's actually gonna be the government over Israel and the kingdom. You see? That's what's gonna happen, man. There's 2/3 of our own people that it's not gonna work out, man. Because they refuse to turn back and come up under the order. They refuse that, man. You know? What's up? Hey, that sister, wherever the sister may be, hey, the Lord should bless her, man.
Yeah.
Probably watch, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, call Lord Yahbashim Yahushai, man.
Come.
You know?
Yeah, she
Sister be blessed for
She
that.
just told me she watches her family watching.
Con.
That's her time.
Hey, that's beautiful, man. You know. Hey, you know, our people, because you're gonna have, you know, parts of our people. Not everybody's gonna necessarily be out here on the highways and byways, but they're gonna definitely be, you know, supporting the ministry. You know, that's gonna be that great multitude, men, women, and children. You know, the men and women that actually did believe and that supported the ministry. You know.
Yeah.
2/3 of our people, man. That's why the Lord's gonna take them out, man. You know. I don't know who. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, 65th chapter, and it's starting at the top. It says, "I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts."
After their own thoughts, meaning what? Their own heart.
A people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face,
Constantly, every day, man.
that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick. which remain among the graves and larger monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels.
Yeah, man, just
Completely reprobate, man.
yeah, making themselves abominable to the Lord, man. Here it is, you defiling your temple, but you expect the Lord to cleanse that abomination on your plate that you're trying to pray over.
You gotta cleanse yourself before the Most High can cleanse you.
And then the niggas will say, oh, the Lord knows my heart. And like try to use that as a cloak or a cover for that BS that they're doing.
Yeah, they like to misspeak for the Most High.
Time.
The whatever voice is going on in their head to justify whatever it is that they believe, they think it's the Most High. No, that's not the Lord. That's just demons that are on you to make you think that's cool. Because if it doesn't line up with what the scriptures say, then that's how you know that that's of your own heart. You know?
It says, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. Which is what they say, man. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom. Yep. Yep.
Meaning what? He's gonna judge you. When the Lord said, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord, he was ultimately referring to his own people. Because you can read about that in the beginning when you go back to Deuteronomy, I believe it's the 32nd chapter. You go to Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, he said that he would judge this people.
Yeah.
And that's that wicked, untoward generation that is of no faith. Now, hey, the generation that was always rejecting and rebelling against the Lord, they always was coming back.
You know, same.
And they same lot, man, doing the same things.
Anti-Christ spirit, so to speak.
Yeah, the anti-Messiah, anti-Most High spirit, man. You know? So when the Lord comes back for him, he gonna judge him. We can't, hey, as much as we would like to judge for the Most High and get that spiritual power so we can start clearing niggas out, we still gotta wait for the Lord to do everything, man.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people that still repent.
Because you still gonna have some of our people that's gonna wake up when they see the power being manifested.
Yep, exactly.
It says in Psalms 110, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. That's when they're gonna really want to change up, man. You know?
It's 65 to 7. Your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith the Lord, which have burned incense upon the mountains and blaspheme me upon the hills. Therefore will I measure their former work into their bosom.
Yeah, he's gonna require it at you niggas' hands, man. Their former works.
That's all I'm saying is in their reincarnation.
Huh?
Alright, folks, we got about 15 minutes.
And that's the legacy that you leave behind. Your wicked works will show forth, man. Even in your generations. That's why going back to Exodus, was that 34, where it says that he will by no means clear the guilty, visiting their fathers, the iniquity of their fathers upon the third or fourth generation of them that hate me. Because you're that generation that keeps coming back, and you're fulfilling your lot, man. You know?
Exodus 20 and 5. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. That's another one.
Exodus 34 and 7, Exodus 20 and 5. There's a few of them.
There's Exodus 34 and 7. Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression.
Showing you how merciful the Most High is, right?
Yeah.
You know? He's very merciful.
Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty. Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and upon the children's children, and to the third and to the fourth generation.
Yeah, because you come back every 3 or 4 generations through your children. All right? And you come back and you get paid back according to what you did in your past life. So if you killed the prophets, you you're part of the generation that killed the prophets. And every time you come back, that's what your lot is going to be. Until the final judgment. You know?
It's Acts 7 and 51. Ye stiff-necked and uncircumcised in heart and ears, ye do always resist the Holy Spirit as your fathers did, so do ye. Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted? And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one, of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers.
Yeah. Betrayers and murderers.
This is that was it. Second Ezra chapter 9, start at verse 18. It says, and now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in the now, in that now live, no man spake against me. For when everyone obeyed, but now, for then everyone obeyed, but now the matters of them which are created in this world is made, are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril, because of the devices that were come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and it kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people.
And if the Lord would have never done that, the Most High would do another cleansing, which really He's going to do it. He is going to do it. But if He didn't have an elect that He wants to save, He would basically just do away with humanity. He would clear out the whole humankind. The Lord could, man, the Lord could just leave the paradise to the animals. Because the animals seem to be more ordered than the people, man.
It's going to feel like that too.
You know? But because of, the love that He had for His people, and for His word's sake, He set aside a remnant, He got 7,000 men that will not bow the knee to the image of Baal. The Lord chose them from before the foundation of the world. Imagine if the Lord didn't do that, man. If He didn't set aside a remnant that would be used to preserve the nation of Israel. Israel would be done away with. Israel would literally be done away with as a people, man. But the Lord made that covenant with us. So the Lord always been long-suffering and merciful with Israel. All right? And as a matter of fact, since He's in, you was in 2nd Ezra, bro?
Yes.
2nd Ezra 7. Jump to the last few verses of 7.
2nd Ezra chapter.
That's why it says in was that 2nd Ezra 9? Let the multitude perish that was born in vain, and let the grape of my cluster
That's
be
what
kept.
I was just reading right now. The 9th chapter, right?
Oh, that was what you was reading.
Yeah.
Read that and then jump to 2nd Ezra 7, like the last few verses.
But I'm gonna read back up to 19. 2nd Ezra 9 and 19. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of ethics or wicked versus righteousness, right? Of them which are created, this world is made, are corrupted by a perpetual seed. Our people are corrupted by a perpetual seed. It says they rid, and by a law which is unsearchable, they rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that were to come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly.
Because with corrupted seed has progressed to where corruption has just spread forth.
So let me go.
2nd Ezra 4, where it talks about that evil grain, that grain of evil seed that was planted in the mind of Adam.
What's up, Adam?
And from that point on, it just constantly grew.
Check it out. Fuck you.
Go ahead,
Big ass bullshit. He about like that.
said verse
Second Ezra's
There's
4
7.
verse.
4 like
Yeah.
I want to say like
Oh, my
28,
milk. How about?
29 maybe. About that evil grain of
Or you
that
doing
evil
something
seed.
for him to dance out of his clothes.
So Second Ezra.
Because this is why we
I'm a woman.
corrupt.
Okay.
You know, we're going back to the time of the garden when Eve was beguiled by the serpent, and she basically took what she took in from the serpent and started to share that with
God
Adam.
was present.
And from that point on, we
Now I know
learned
I-
wickedness.
That's all.
And because of that, because we've been
10,000 wives
exposed to
and
wickedness,
3,000 concubines.
what was the
Yeah,
penalty
also
for
had
that? What was the
concubine
price for
Check that
learning
out.
that? We have to die.
30.
Pimps, right?
Go ahead,
Yeah, this is Second Ezra chapter 6. I mean,
That's Eve right there,
Chapter
man.
4.
That's why she's
That's
bugged
why they
out.
call us
Go ahead,
Verse
Moses.
Evil spirits, you know. Go ahead, bro.
sacrifice food.
yeah.
This is why the Lord has to cleanse the earth, man, especially Babylon. He gotta get rid of, you know, the filthier, man. Anywhere there's uncleanness, there's evil spirits maneuvering through.
I'm gonna start up at 26.
Yep.
Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou hast marveled, for the world hasteth fast to pass away,
Okay.
and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. That's what everybody's into. They'd rather choose that, right? Versus the righteousness of the old
Full of
style.
infirmities, because look at the activity of
Exactly.
the people. Their diet, they don't want to respect the Lord's dietary menu,
Yep.
dietary laws. They don't want to have any moral. They don't want to follow the moral compass that He set in the earth. You know, they want to go after their own lust. You know, women bouncing from dude to dude. You know, men having homosexual relations on the low and then passing them diseases to their women. It's all type of just wickedness, man. So that's why the earth is messed up right now, man. The earth is out of course. There's a lot of infirmity in the earth. Go ahead,
It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities.
Yep.
But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, the destruction thereof is not yet come. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come to that is sown with good.
God.
For the grain of evil seed has been sown from the heart of Adam from the beginning.
So all that wickedness that's been piling up from that moment to this very time.
Yeah. Let's get Daniel. Evil exceeded that which. How did it go?
Oh, it's in 2 Ezra 5. Wickedness,
Increased it beyond.
wickedness shall be increased. That's
Yep,
2 Ezra 5 and 1.
Yep, I got it right quick. Nevertheless, 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 1. Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. But iniquity shall be increased above that which is now, which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago.
There you go. So that's why, you know, every day you're gonna find something that's gonna vex the hell out of you if you got the right spirit on you. You know, from the shit that our people are doing. You know, you go on World Star and you see the trifling shit that our people are doing, just a total embarrassment, man. You know, it's really a disgrace. It's a shame the way you see our people behave in this society, man. You know, they fight over the dumbest shit. They're very petty with each other. You can't trust one another, man. There's no respect. You got the children that are disrespectful to their elders. You know, children putting hands on their own parents, man. It's just, we could go down the list, man. So that's part of that evil, corrupted seed that's sown in their minds, man. You got our women with that feminist mindset. You know, they think that men is put on the earth to serve them, when it's the opposite. It's like everything is all messed up, man. But the Lord got all this happening all at once because not only is it to show how long suffering, how much of a patient father he is, but also is to show us the difference between good and evil. And this is something that we're supposed to be learning from.
Time to be God.
Kind of, let's not deviate too far off. You know, because I think I also called for, I think you was in Second Esdras
Over 5.
9. You read 5 and then you was reading 4. And then I was going to have you go back to that in 9.
No.
And then I did call for a Second Esdras 7 as well. If somebody,
I'm on all of them right there.
one of y'all get it. One of y'all go to it. Second Esdras 7, but go back to
Back to
it.
9?
You read already in 4?
4, yeah, I read 4.
It talks about the day of threshing. Did you get to that part?
No, I didn't get that far yet. No, 30.
Yeah, read
Yep.
it.
At the end of 29 it said, then cannot it come that which was sown with the good? For the grain of evil seed hath been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness hath it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it bring forth yet? It's like, and how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come?
Yeah, how much more wickedness until the final day of the Lord when he comes back and he does his thing, man. When he comes back with that sickle for the harvest, and you separate the sheep from the goats, the tares from the wheats. That's what that's getting into.
Real quickly, because the last time that this happened, the Most High, you saw the scenario how it went, how wicked the people of the earth was at that time, in the first death. So the second death, yeah, the second death is going to be like the floods of Noah. Okay,
worse.
because the wickedness has grown to that level. But this is what he said, Genesis chapter 6 and 5. It says, and the Most High saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
Yep.
And that's where we're back. We're back to that now. In this
It's
time,
even worse.
It's even worse now.
If you're not in this in the truth, you have wickedness lingering in your spirit, man.
Alice, something.
You got an evil eye, man. Most of our people, they're seeking prosperity. They're seeking to be rich, and he that hasteth to be rich in this world, they have an evil eye, man. The love of money is the root of all evil. Mm-hmm. That's why they're willing to sell their souls so easily. You know, our people are willing to. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, what they doing with their son, that's a sacrifice to Satan, man. It's to prevent from actually killing them. It's basically the alternative to killing them. You don't want to kill them? Well, give them over to Baphomet. You know, give them over to Satan, and we'll take that as an offering.
And you know it's an offering to Satan because they putting it for the whole world to see. Social media, all of that.
And they're going to use that energy to help push the energy of that earth.
Yeah. So that's why you're seeing that happen, man. But our people, they do that because they desperately want to be rich and famous. You know, this is their way of trying to pull out of the curse. But all you do is you still curse yourself. You know,
Worst curse.
and you don't get to enjoy all that shit that you sold out for. You don't get to enjoy it. You got to keep working for it. And then you just die. and then the proceeds go right back to the slave masters that own you.
You don't leave nothing for the family to inherit.
You know? That was it?
Yeah.
So go back over.
Well, let me go back to verse chapter 4, verse 31. Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of the evil seed hath brought forth.
Yep.
And when the ears shall be cut down, of which are now without number, how great a floor shall they fill?
That's a lot of wickedness, man.
Yeah.
We're talking. I mean, not only is what Esau did to Jacob.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking millenniums
Yeah.
of shit that this man had done against Israel. You know. Hey, our babies getting lynched. That didn't just happen here in America.
In the ancient world, Egypt.
That happened in Egypt. They was getting tossed to alligators. During the time of the Roman Empire, we was getting cut off.
Herod.
Antiochus Epiphanes.
Yeah.
Whoever was being caught circumcising their sons, their babies got, their infants was getting lynched.
They got hung, like they wrapped the rope around their neck or whatever.
And they were killing the mothers that were being caught doing it.
Circumcised,
You know? How many times this devil desecrated the Lord's temple, sacrificed unto idols in our temple, took the goodly, precious riches out of the temple, you know, committed all type of idolatrous festivities going on in our temple, committing abominations, man, having temple harlots in our temple, having orgies.
They sacrifice swine.
Sacrificing swine's flesh on the altar. This man did a lot of great shit, man.
Yeah. That energy got to come back to him.
So if you power all these different incarnations, all these generations, all these empires together, man, now you understand why the Lord's gonna totally just fuck this place up, man. You know? This is why Esau is gonna be basically obliterated. He's gonna be exterminated, man. He has to. He fulfilled his purpose. Hey, his hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right.
You know? So right now we're entering into the beginning of sorrows. With this devil, he's gonna be, and the Lord's gonna be kicking it to him. Plaguing his people. Hey, you see how proud this devil is, but did he forget that he has a low birth rate? He has a declining birth rate.
You know what they're trying to do with Jake in Alabama?
Huh?
If you're over 50, you gotta. If you got over 50 and you got 3 or more kids, you got to get a vasectomy.
Yes. He want to stop Israel from multiplying.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be outnumbered. But hey, we as the sand of the sea, man. And the Lord said, there is no. What was that? Jeremiah. You know, if you can count the stars of heaven, if you can measure the sand of the sea,
I'll cast away.
He'll cast away all the seed of Israel, man. You know? So there ain't nothing you can do about that one, Esau. But hey, the Lord is gonna use you to kill off a lot of Israelites though. That, hey, to a certain extent, that depopulation thing, that the Lord's gonna allow that to happen. Just for the purpose of killing off a great multitude of our old people. Going back to that in 2nd Ezra 9.
Yeah, one verse and then I'll go right to it. Verse 33, it says, Then I answered and said, How and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil?
Yep.
You know, these days are going to plague us because if this is what's coming, the great slaughter of our people, yeah, the 2/3 got to go. So back in the 2nd Ezra 9, read that verse again.